All right, guys, welcome to the Celtics live postgame show. I'm telling you, I don't know if I'm sad, mad, like what an absolute, just absolute, like shit show. Like that was so, like, as a Celtics fan, I watch that and I want to turtle and be like, no, I'm not a Celtics fan. Guys, not. That made me think of, and I hate to say this, in night two, but that made me think of every frustrating loss last year where you now have to sit through another, 20 minutes of game time? You know, who knows how long that is real time? Of just knowing that this freaking team isn't going to win and they're not going to try and they're not going to fight. I don't know, man. Like, I truly hope that this is, new team jitters and all that BS. But a 115-83 loss to a team that put up like 8 points in their opening night on your home court? Give me a break. Give me an absolute break. But we're going to get into all of it tonight. Yikes. We're going to get into all of it tonight on the post-game show. Guys, if you are here, if you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like this stream if you are watching. I know the chat's about to be buzzing over this loss. Speaking of buzzing, I think, the chat's about to be buzzing, so if you do want to support the show and you want to skip the line and get your comment answered and shout it out immediately, make sure to hit that super chat. Any amount will skip the line, but let's get into the box score once I take a depressing sip of beer. Just a little sip there. All right. Let's get into the box score, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we're pulling up the top here, 115-83. Look at this headline. Scottie Barnes elevates the Raptors in rebound performance. Like, what the hell? Scottie Barnes? We'll start on the Raptors side of things. Scottie Barnes, 25 points, 13 boards. 6 of those bitches were offensive rebounds. The Raptors had 21 offensive rebounds tonight. Gary Trent Jr. also with 20 points. Like, look at these plus minuses on the Raptors side of things. Like, excuse me. What? Crazy. Oh my God, so annoying. And then we flip over to the Celtics side of things. Not a single guy over 20 points. Jason Tatum, 18 points, led the way. You know why that sucks? Because Jason Tatum had 10 points after the first quarter. After the first quarter, Jason Tatum had 10 points. He scored two and like, oh my God, so frustrating. So ridiculously frustrating. Al Horford, 11 and 11. Are we going to say it's a bright spot? Fine, I don't know. Whatever you want to do to get you to sleep well at night. Robert Williams, 9 points, 3 and 3 in terms of offensive and defensive. Total of 6 boards. Josh Richardson, 12 points. At least he kind of came to play. Dennis Schroeder, 4 points, 4 assists, 4 boards. And honestly, this is such a cop-out, guys. But if there's one thing I want to grab positive from this game, one thing, and it's a BS one thing. Don't say I didn't warn you. But at least we did see, even when that game was going south, 2 guys that weren't on the team last year. 2 guys that weren't like, we know the drill, right? We know the drill. We'll just, take our shoes off, lace them up. Hey, can I get a tea? A tea that'll put me to sleep. 2 guys that don't know that drill. Josh Richardson, Dennis Schroeder, at least when this game was absolutely out of hand, those guys were like, hey, let's continue to try and play, basketball here, which is something that, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, all these guys from last year, I don't know if they know that sort of situation. But anyways, let's get to some of your chat. I see it flying off right now. If you guys do want to skip the line, make sure to hit that super chat. I truly appreciate it, and it supports the show as well. And if you guys are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video. I'm seeing a B Smooth raid my guy, Bobby. Shout out to you. What is up, B Smooth? Guys, B Smooth dropping a podcast with Jag to Riches. Make sure to go check that out on his channel. What up, B Smooth? Thank you for the B Smooth raid here. Shout out to the B Smoothians tuning in tonight. But Gear says, Gear, am I doing your emoji or your little icon there, right? Ready? That's a good way to sum up this game. Hey, Ev, how'd the Celtics play last night? That's what I'm rolling with. AC says turnovers are fun. At least that's what I got from this game. Also, rebounding is evidently not. The Celtics turnovers tonight. 25 turnovers. You guys can use the Google machine if you want. Just Google, is 25 turnovers a good thing? I think you'll find your answer. But if you don't want to use Google, if you don't have internet access, because you're probably watching this stream on a YouTube or on a newspaper, right? 25 turnovers is not good. Especially when you only have, 19 assists? Like, come on, man. Come on. AC's what a shit show. Phil says embarrassing. I feel like I opened up the show saying that too. Like literally, like this game was flipping the Webster's dictionary. Shit show equals Celtics versus Raptors, October 22nd. Like that's what it is. Shit show. Shit show. Cheers to a shit show. I just two-sipped that beer. We started off with one. It's all gone. It's that type of night. Let's keep going on here. Thread says, we suck, Ev. No defense, no offense. It's okay. No, we got a new coach. We got some new players. You don't need defense. You don't need offense. This team's going to be fine. We don't need defense. Come on. Thread, we don't need defense or offense to win games. Come on. You're talking crazy. Guys, make sure to hit that like button if you're in here. I'm seeing a lot more people in here than have hit the like button, and that means you are an absolute Ben Simmons fan, Kyrie fan, and worst of all tonight, it means you're a Raptors fan if you have not hit the like button. Phil says, fire Ime now. I'll address that in a second, but one thing I will say is how weird, and this is night 2, guys, we know that, right? But what are we doing out here? What are we doing? Shout out to Noriel for subscribing there. What are we doing here? Like, I'm on a post-game show. If I'm going to overreact to this game, I'm going to do it. And I think that everyone should too, because this is pretty alarming. But I will say, we're in game 2, but one thing that sucks right now about this season, you see why I said game 2? Because I'm going to make a season statement right now. There's no, we can blame him. We can blame Brad. We can blame Brad. Yeah, no. His coaching lost us this game. Did it? Because this game, and I'm talking about all those games last year, this game looks so similar to last year. Where you play, again, the Raptors, I forget the exact number, but I'm pretty sure I think I actually have it exact. The Raptors scored 18 points opening night. They scored 18 points against a bad team. Seriously, like the Raptors didn't even score 100 points in their opener, and they come in here and absolutely shove it to you. You guys know the line. The Raptors just bent you over a barrel and showed you the 50 states. And there's no excuse. You can't say, oh, it's Brad Stevens' fault anymore. Now we have a coach that's already been put on a pedestal. By me. By every other, green teamer out there, right? What's our excuse now? Greg saying Marcus Smart, 0 of 6. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'll say, I can't believe I'm about to defend Smart in this case. But we've seen Marcus Smart start 0 of 6 before, and he still ends up with like 15 shots somehow, right? At least Marcus Smart was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not shooting tonight. But hey, I don't love the fact that he was 0 of 6, but guess what? Percentage-wise, 4 of those MFers were threes. Like, come on. And that was just a similar case with the Celtics tonight. They took 34 threes, 82 shots. Like, they are just hucking threes. And when you are not making threes, 30% tonight, you can't keep shooting. Like, I don't like we'll just shoot out of our funk, right? Bull, you will. When's the last time the Celtics shot out of their three-point shooting slump? You know what I mean? Mr. Unkindly says, trash. Boston sports decided to all suck this week together. Seriously, I thought the Red Sox were looking like a potential team of destiny, and I have to check that score, but I believe, so it's 1-0 Astros in the top 6. Like, nothing is looking great. Jimmy saying, lost. Time to recheck the schedule, Ev. Yeah. Like this team, I'm saying it's a 50-win team. Bend me over a barrel. And this team ain't winning 50 games. They got to do something if this team's going to win 50 games. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Guys, I know I'm super far behind in chat. I am working my way through it. If you do want to skip the line, you know what to do. Super chat that any amount, truly appreciated, but let's keep going here. Deshaun says, hey, at least the Red Sox haven't gotten a single hit yet. Levi's saying, or Levy, I don't know, and that was embarrassing. This is frustrating for sure. Yeah, it's like, how many negative adjectives, am I using that right? Adjectives could we throw into this game? Frustrating, alarming, embarrassing, like any word that has like a Urban Dictionary synonym as like shit. That was this game. So bad. So annoying. Jimmy saying play in team. I mean, what have I said in the past? I've said top 4 team, not the team I'm watching right now. And I hope that that's the overreactor in me, right? But to me, and let me know if you guys think I'm crazy. I hope you don't. But even if you do, like, you're probably correct, right? I'm a crazy person. If this is it's not like it doesn't totally compute that this could be the Celtics that we have all year long. Like, this is the Celtics we had last year. We watched an entire, 72 game season last year with this type of vibe. Maybe we thought all these changes happened, but they didn't. Like, we'll give the team a womp womp. Maybe we overrated this team, and maybe so. I don't know. It's 2 games in. We'll see. Eki saying pain, just pain. Phil saying front office should provide refunds to Celtics fans. AC saying that last quarter felt like drinking spoiled milk. You know what? Before I even finish that, speaking of drinking, we only take small sips on this program. AC says that last quarter felt like drinking spoiled milk. I know the ending won't be good and it's going to linger. AC, I'm not going to lie, man. AC, I agree with you, but you're saying that like you've had a lot of spoiled milk in your life. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. We lost our place here in the chat. We're trying to find it. Tall says, need to get another superstar and trade Smart. I mean, if your path to a superstar could be trading Smart, then I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, why am I going to say no to that? Like, no way. Like, I'm definitely in on that. Oh, man, we're seeing something. So Keith Smith on Twitter just tweeted, Udoka said, it looked like we could have been tired from the double overtime game, but no excuses. The double overtime game 48 hours ago? Oh, man, he says no excuses, which, okay, I like that. But, you know, that's kind of like a no offense, but you're fat. Like, you can't be like, oh, like, it's probably because we had a double overtime game, but no excuses. And New York went out there and absolutely whooped the Magic. And guess what? You could be like, oh, well, it was the Magic. Well, technically, this game was, oh, it was the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? Like, they both got smacked night one. There's no excuses tonight because, you know why? That Celtics team didn't look tired. Like, that's bull. You know what I mean? The Celtics didn't look tired. They just looked like they didn't care. Like, there's a difference between being tired and wanting it. You know, that's when guys are diving on the ground or they just look exhausted. They look like they're digging deep. You know what I mean? No, they just didn't want to play. Like, ugh. All right, we got to catch up to some comments here. We are so far behind. But that's what it's going to do. 2K Brandon says, Schroeder starting point guard. Like I said, the one thing I liked about him and the other new guy, Josh Richardson, is that they said, hey, we're not used to this Celtics give-up culture. Why don't we just keep trying to play? And they did. Like, Schroeder was at least, and he made mistakes. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like, oh, he was out here playing great. He had 4 turnovers, you know? Like, Schroeder he didn't play too well either. But at least when they were down by, 10-plus points, Schroeder's out here being like, you know what? I'm going to at least try to get to the lane. I'm going to keep throwing lobs to Robert Williams. I'm going to keep passing. Like, make things happen. You know what I mean? And that's what I just talked about beforehand. The want, the try. You could be like, oh, guys are tired. Well, then why are some of your guys looking non-tired? Frustrating. Pig says Richardson was okay tonight. I think, honestly, Richardson was the best player tonight. And that's not me being biased because I really like him. But that's just like, that's so sad. That just because this dude went 4 of 4 from 3 at 12 points, 3 rebounds, like, he's the best, like, by default, your best player tonight. Jason Tatum wasn't. Jason Tatum had 10 points in the first quarter. Jason Tatum revenge game. Let's go. He's cooking. Watch out, Toronto. Watch out, Toronto. Jason Tatum said, 10 points in the first quarter is good enough. I'll see you and halfway through the third. And I'll only promise you like 8 more to go. Like, you know, he didn't have it either. And I don't see the tired aspect, because Jason Tatum shot, I don't know, like 46 times, like some crazy number, right? I forget how much it was. 30 times, right? Like night one. He shot 1,000,000 times night one. Was he not tired in that game? That was a double overtime game. He was still hucking shots, right? Jason Tatum, 14 shots tonight. That's a guy that checked out. And I know long-term Jason Tatum's going to be fine, but man, Sweaty's saying, is it just me, or when Tatum goes to the paint, I'm expecting a 50-50 chance? Do you think that's a good or bad? Because, I mean, technically that's, like, field goal percentage-wise good, right? Jimmy says Brad Stevens in the building, therefore his aura still in the building. Oh, my God. Be Smooth saying y'all got to like up the stream. Yeah, guys, if you are watching, if you are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are here live after every single Celtics game, and if you are watching and you have not liked the stream yet, make sure to do so. And on that note, you guys know I'm plugging it. If you guys do want to skip the chat line, I understand we're super far behind in chat, but if you guys do want to hit to skip the line there and I can answer your chat right away, make sure to drop a super chat. I truly appreciate it. Let's see. Kean saying, when you're a rookie coach, you better let the good players play and wait to swap lineups until you're in a more comfortable. Hey, this is a good point, because the Celtics looked like they were in command of that game early, and then we had a lineup, and this is just off the top of my head, I could be wrong, but it was like Pritchard, Romeo, Grant Williams, Josh Richardson, and like Dennis Schroeder. And I look at that and I say, that's what I say, by the way. I know, not very good radio there, huh? But like, what is that? What is that? You play them halfway through the first quarter, or, you know, halfway through the, like, I get it. Jaylen Brown wasn't feeling it. You know, Jason Tatum looked like he had a hot first quarter, but how do you have a lineup out there? It's just like, you can't put that much trust in guys just because they had good preseason or anything like that. Like, you can't do that. And that, you know, that's a great point by Kean there, because you did kind of miss something there. You know what I mean? You missed the chance to continue your momentum, because let's not forget the Celtics were winning after one. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's tough. Let's see. MRGG saying Marcus needs to be traded. If it benefits you, then yeah. Like, I'm not going to hold on to Marcus Smart. I love Marcus Smart, but, like, I think I've said it all offseason. Like, it's a matter of, is his sort of, like, a Marcus Smart on a bad team doesn't make you good, right? He could put you over the top if you're a good team, but until you're a good team, Marcus Smart doesn't take you from bad to good. And if you're going to be a bad team, then, you know, you just locked him down to a deal that by the end of it will be team friendly, just based on NBA inflation too. Then maybe some teams are enticed by that, and maybe you can go do something with him. You know what I mean? Let's see. Eki saying the refs honestly messed up every moment. Comeback excitement as well. Yeah, it wasn't a good refed game. Like, I can admit that, but I will draw attention to this final score, right? 115-83. There's no way the refs are doing that. And I'm not saying you're saying that either, Eki. I'm just saying, like I always, if there's a noticeable or a clear cut, oh man, the refs messed that up and that lost the game for the Celtics, fine, 100%. But I don't give credence to any sort of refs harm when you lose by, I don't know, what was that? Quick math, 112 points. You lose by, 200. I carried a 0. You lose by 212 points to a team like this. Yeah, I had to give none. And I will say this, too, on the refs note. What the heck? Why are these guys so obsessed with talking to the refs? Just go play basketball. Like, what else is new? What are you gaining from talking to the refs? Jason Tatum and Grant Williams are subject A and B. It's like, dude, your whole career, both of you guys, and Jason Tatum, I'll let off the hook a little bit. I think he deserves to talk to the refs because, you know, I consider him a superstar, but hey, go figure, he's proving me wrong out here. But Jason Tatum talking to the refs, it's like, dude, you talked to him last possession. The guy pretty much told you to shut up. You talked to him the next possession. You still didn't get the call. Like, you're going to get more, I tried to use this analogy too on the last postgame. You get more bees with honey. Bees, flies, I don't know, like, whatever it is, than vinegar, right? Like, the Celtics, you bitching and moaning to the refs is going to make the refs hate you more. Like, they're not robots. It's not like, you know, they don't feel. No, if a ref's going to get fed up with you, you're going to get teed up, just like Jason Tatum did. And then you flip to the Grant Williams side of things. It's like, dude, I get it. Grant Williams has gotten a little bit better. He's making some shots. He had a good preseason. Like, whoop-de-doo. You are not good enough to talk to the refs after every play. You know what I mean? If you get called to a foul or don't get a call when you're on offense, you are not good enough to even look a ref in the eye yet. That's the difference between him and Tatum. I don't like either of them talking to the refs, but damn. Fred saying Schroeder's not a starting point guard in the league. Marlon saying this team makes me want to puke. Moon is saying missed the game. What happened in 5 words or less? BSB, bullshit basketball. How about that? Yeah, we'll make it kid friendly. LB. Why was that so hard for me to come up with? It was a two-word acronym and I couldn't do it. Lazy basketball, Moonwolf, or LY last year. Ryan says, why do the Celtics have multiple stretches with 3 minutes of 0 points all the time? 3 minutes? I feel like they went 100 minutes at times without points tonight. You know what I mean? Pig saying, I'm watching the stream on the news. Oh, man, that's how far behind we are in the chat, huh? You guys might as well watch this stream on the newspaper. That way you don't have to live it real time. Saying the Celtics suck tonight. Late saying that lineup where Grant killed us was the worst, 100%. We're going to skip ahead just a little bit, 100%, just to keep up with you guys here. But Gear saying, I know Emi's trying to get away from the ISO, but I feel like Tatum needs a few more ISO plays. I don't know. Tatum ISO's plenty. Like, Tatum gets the ball, and I see no action. I don't see them running any pick and rolls or anything for him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, Gear. Like, I don't know if Tatum needs more. I'm not opposed to Tatum more ISO. Get him feeling himself, right? But I don't know if, like, that's the solve. I think that could truly be a, like, inner core problem right now that they have to hurdle that over, I guess. I don't know. Because to me, Jason Tatum, when he gets the ball, I almost assume that he is ISOing. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like he's not doing it whatsoever. Let's see. We got Derek Ortega. Derek, shout out to you tuning in. Once again, he's got the super chat in here. He says, 2 games in and it has ruined my night. Jason Tatum seems so disinterested playing ball. Udoka again was the wrong choice. I'm throwing this season away. Hey, I'm not going to lie. You talked about it last time and whatnot, and this is now a game where I do feel a little frustrated with the coach. It's night 2. I do want to say I don't want to overreact, but this show's all about overreacting, right? So, I don't know, like what was this is what I'll say. If this is the theme all year long, Dio, to your point, that just came naturally, by the way. Dio. I kind of like that nickname. It might stick, Derek. To your point, if this was the theme all year long, I don't know what the difference is. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Udoka seemed like he took more timeouts, right? But the vibe of the team was the same. Maybe it wasn't Brad the whole time. I don't know, guys, but shout out to Dio for the super chat. Thank you very much for the 5. That is how you get your comment answered right away. Shout out to Derek. And guys, also, if you like, I mean, this is probably like, I don't know. I don't even know if it's frowned upon, but if you have anything you guys want to plug or talk about or anything like that, like, super chat's open. It doesn't have to be just a question too. Like, I'm open for that. I think that's a, completely fine thing to do. True says, I thought y'all was sweet. Yeah, we thought so too, True. Steven saying, it's the second game, new coach, new system, new rotations. We're going to be fine. Okay, I like Steven's mindset there. I do. But I will say, and you guys know it too, we got to jump on here and we got to react to that game, right? Like, that is, and I'm not saying Steven, like, I know you're cool. You're not doing this. But the people that are like, it's okay, well, if I have to agree with the sort of odds, it's the second game, we're chill, like, fine. Then, okay, I might as well shut off the stream, right? Like, we got to react to the game in front of us. And I know, Steven, I'm not putting you into that group. I'm just saying in general. Sydney says, we don't have a point guard. Smart and Dennis, isn't it? Dennis Schroeder seems like he could be, but you might be right. Like, I don't see the flow of this offense that much at all. Like, nothing seems like, what's a team that I could think of? When a team just looks like the ball's just like levitating and going from player to player, open 3, like there's something still about this team that it just looks like it's just clunky. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like a clunky sort of play, I guess. Guys, it's that type of night. I will tell you right now. We've taken 4 sips on the stream. 2 beers done. It's that type of night. All right, I lost my place here. Oh, Derek coming in again. I thought that was like a repeat or something like that. Dio says, I'm a huge fan of your work anyways. I could maybe talk to you on Zoom and talk C's basketball. It would be a dope collab if you're down. Much love, bro. Hey, guys, so I do I just changed the name of the podcast. It comes out on this YouTube channel too, the Ev Singleton Show. And I want to do sort of like a segment each week that we do it where I bring on a subscriber or something like that. So let me know what you guys think of that. I've teased it on Twitter and people have liked that. But yeah, let me know because I think that'd be super cool. Just getting you on. I think that could be the perfect thing. And by the way, Dio, I've talked about it for like a year and a half too. I need to figure out how to get the phone calls working for the show because I don't have that yet. Like it's a lot harder than it thinks. A lot harder than you might think. Let's see. Anthony's saying Barnes is a future superstar. I mean, what's to say he isn't? I don't know much about him, but the dude goes out there. The dude, by the way, guys, hey. Goes out there, and I've seen him in preseason. He looks great. I see him in the regular season now. He looks great. Again, let's flip to this headline. Barnes elevates the Raptors past the Celtics. I don't know why the hell NBA.com's like, in the rebound performance. Why don't we mention that the dude dropped 25 points on 65% from the field? How about giving Barnes his credit there? Let's see. Greg saying trading Smart and Horford with others for a decent amount of return is something that should be done. Yeah. That could, I'm not opposed to that at all. Mark is saying, I hate to say it, but I don't think Tatum and Brown can play together, man. It's sad to say, but that's how it's looking. I don't know. Because we have seen them play well together before. But if I do have to agree with something, man, I guess, Marcus, we haven't seen it, like, consistently. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I can totally disagree with you. I want to disagree with you, and I think you want to disagree with yourself, right? Like, I see that and I feel that. I get it, but I don't know. Oh, D.O. too kind. Saying he's going to DM me and maybe we talk it out. Yeah, DM me on Twitter. I'm more active on Twitter. At EvGuyBoston, by the way, if you guys do want to follow me there on Twitter. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter. Instagram, I mean, hit me up wherever you want, but I am way more active on Twitter. All right. I'm so all over the place with chat. Shout out to the super chats, though. That is how you guys get my attention right away, and obviously rightfully so. Tristan saying, bro, this is the worst Celtics performance I've seen in years. I'm not going to overreact or anything, but that game was a disaster. We need to make changes. I'm not opposed to changes, but I will say we did see, and I know what you mean, Tristan, by the way, but we did see worse losses last year. But what I will say is at least last year we got to a point where we signed, I hate to say it, but we kind of sort of started to expect these crap losses, right? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a shock sometimes with these bad losses. You'd like to say it was, but real Celtics fans that watched every game would be like, not gonna lie, man, that didn't really surprise me. This year, with all this sort of new, nuanced sort of, team and coaching and everything like that, now they're surprising. So maybe you got you got a point there, Tristan, because that's where you get to the point. It's like, hey, I thought we weren't supposed to have this anymore. I thought the problem was Brad Stevens, and he's not on the floor anymore. You now have big, tough guy Udoka. I thought he was supposed to be the coach of the future. Does it look like that right now? Not to me. I mean, I'm not opposed to it either. I'm not saying it's not the case, but I definitely can't say, oh my God, here we go. It's like, it's a hook, line, and sinker. Derek saying, donate in 2 for 3. I said, I'll DM you on IG and maybe we talk about it. Didn't we get that one already? Or did you say the same thing? Oh, that was weird. Hey, see, there's flaws to the system, huh? 2 popped up. They're probably just like DOs are OG. DO is an OG. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up with a follow right now. 100%. 100% will follow you back. You kidding me? If you're going to super chat me, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to follow you back. 1,000,000%. I got you, Derek, after the stream. Promise. If you DM me, I will see it. And guess what? If I don't answer your DM or don't follow you, then DM me again and say, Ev, get your ass on the follow button because you told me you would. How about that? Let's see. MT saying, oh no, we suck again. Also, where's that fire from Udoka? Steven saying the Celtics gave up culture. What? That's a crazy take. Let's see. Maybe I missed that. Prince is saying third quarter continues to be this team's Achilles heels. What the F is being said during the halftime meetings that this team continues to put zero effort? I thought it was Brad, right? Didn't you guys think it was Brad? I thought it'd be like, oh, Brad Stevens sits there and he's the one that's like, not pumping this team up. Dude, Udoka said that he wants to treat every game like a fight and some BS like that. Where's his halftime speech? And guess what? You could say that I'm overreacting night 2, whatever. Going out there and playing so poorly in the third quarter yet again, that is the same thing as last year. So it's not even like it's night 2. You have a problem that, haunted you for how many games they play in the playoffs? I don't know. So what, 77 games total last year? Why are you not addressing or at least thinking about fixing that this year? I don't know. Lan is saying, what the hell is that? Lan, you tell me. Because I've spent, what are we on here for, 35 minutes or so? I've tried to figure that out. I have tried to figure that out 100%. And I'm about to. I don't want to do it, but I'm about to start offering super chat dollars for seconds for Chugs because I need a drink. We're skipping ahead in the chat, okay, guys? Because I know I'm far behind here. Shout out again to Derek for all the super chats. Appreciate that 100%. All right, I'm interested in this one. And when I say interested, I get a little behind the scenes here, guys. When I read a comment, I'm pretty much reading the first 2 words, then playing the rest by ear. So AZB6 says Raptors fan here. I haven't read past this, so I don't even know what he's going to say. Good shit on me. AZ says Raptors fans here. Jalen and Jason need to get through some communication issues. This is going to be a sweet series in the playoffs this year. Wait, what the heck? That might be the best comment we've ever had on the channel. Shout out to AZ. That would be a good series, but guess what? It might be a good series if you're a Raptors fan, right? That was a great... I thought, hey, when we see the opposing fans check in and announce themselves, I expect some smack talk. I love seeing that. I do think that, and just, what was it? A year ago or 2 years ago, we're seeing like Theo, another one. He's saying $2. He says, we need to talk C's and Red Sox sports. Much love. Theo, hey, 100. I'm a liar if I say that you'll be on the podcast and whatnot if you don't do it. So definitely continue to hit me up on Twitter. I promise that's the case. And again, let me know, guys, if you're in here and you think that that's a good idea. Let me know if you like that sort of idea of I don't want to say like fans. I think that's like a BS word, but you know what I mean, like sort of the community engagement within the podcast. Not this show because I still got to figure that out. But for the podcast on the channel, which it's the Ev Singleton Show. My name, super creative title. All right, we are still skipping ahead here. Jay Clark says Tatum's crying too much. Yeah, we talked about that. I can't watch him do it. Like, I can't watch him turn around and complain to the refs. Same with Grant Williams. And it's weird that it's like those two guys. Like Jason Tatum, maybe you could convince me that it's like, hey, he's a superstar. He can complain. Whatever. But I can't get behind Grant Williams talking to the refs like that. Like, I just can't. It's so frustrating to me. Matt is saying Schroeder and Rob will be a good lob combo. Yeah, 100%. He looked good. Jay Clark saying Brad had a love for Grant. Now Emi does too. Icy says Schroeder needs to go somewhere else. LeBron was right about trading him, and he's kind of sucks. Missed the game winner last game versus New York. He did miss a bad layup, huh? And what I say that he did good today is that he just kept trying, which is such a cop-out, right? Like, that's me grasping at straws for a positive in this game. But him and Josh Richardson at least kept trying. How loserish does that say? Or does that seem? Gooftown saying Raptors fan here. Boston looks slow and uninterested, but I know they can be good. Are Raptors... Okay, I know people in Canada and from Toronto are genuinely nice, just like based on what I've talked about, what I've talked with them with, but like, you Raptors fan, you're coming in here, and I don't know if this is like a subtle sort of dance on the Celtics graves by being overly nice, but shout out to, who was the other one? We got AZ, shout out to you, and then Gooftown, great username, saying, they can be good, like 100%, let's go, guys. How about this? How about this? Hook, line, and sinker. AJ says, for a team who is said to have improved defensively with the trades and new players, terrible defense, 100%. All right, guys, let's see if we can kill this one, too. We've had 4 sips total, 2 down the drain. This is out of a can. This could be a little bit tougher. You guys haven't gotten me in the mentality of Super Chat for Shotgun yet either. We could start a bidding war, though. We'll see. All right. Goal is for 2 sips here. I'd love to go 6 sips total, 3 beers down. There's going to be a burp coming. FYI. Look at that. I predicted it right. Greg is saying, if we could have traded Smart for Lonzo, I wish it happened. You guys know you guys know that I've defended Marcus Smart, right, in the past, because I do think that he could help this team, right? But 2 games in, and even the preseason, if we want to extend it, and then he gets suspended, I hate to say it, but like 2 games in, I'm already down on Marcus Smart as this team's point guard. All right, let me get this out there because Bryant is asking a good question. Ime starts his coaching career 0-2. What's your opinion on him? Well, first and foremost, I'm totally not sold that he sucks. I'm not off the Udoka train. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm still fine with riding it out as the coach because that is a true sort of, I don't know if it's a cop-out, but it's a true excuse that you're a new coach, you're trying to feel it out. It's not like he was even an NBA coach, head coach before this, right? So I'm okay with him as a coach right now, but my problem is that the theme of the team that you already knew you had, this isn't a 2-game span of like a similarity, right? It's like you had the offseason, you had training camp, you had preseason to try and say, hey, this was your problem last year, let's try and fix that this year. We've now seen at least this game, and then there was time, like they could have easily beaten the Knicks if this didn't happen last time. But now 2 games in, you still have a similar vibe of you give up, you don't want to fight and all this, and that'd be totally fine if it wouldn't be totally fine, but like it wouldn't be on the coach if it wasn't something that he was open about to the media about wanting to do and wanting to fix. So I think I was sold on him as a great coach in the offseason. I mean, I got a green light, the Teddy Celtic hoodie on, the Celtics hat, Celtics memorabilia back there. I'm a green teamer. I'm biased towards the Celtics. So I was sold on him in the offseason, right? I will say this, and though it's such a minimal amount, I am slightly moving back towards sort of up in the air, and the jury's still out on whether or not he's going to be this team's future coach and whatnot. And again, I'm not saying that as a negative. I have just come back down to earth. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's like, I don't know. What a guy I am can admit I might be wrong, right? Jay Clark saying this team's lacking intensity and heart, just like last year, right? Brandon interrupting. That's what the super chat does. Brandon interrupts and says Smart or Schroeder starting point guard. That's something we've bounced back and forth with all, off season and whatnot. And I'll say this. At first, I said Marcus Smart. He's kind of earned his keep here. He's played point guard in the past. He's not just an off-ball type of guy or anything like that. Marcus Smart preseason. Marcus Smart first game. Marcus Smart second game. I haven't loved him at the point guard position whatsoever. And even though Schroeder hasn't been incredibly, nice or anything like that, I will say I've liked the way that he gets to the lane and makes something else happen. You know what I mean? So I'm still, and I admit that I might still be wrong here, Brandon. I'm still in the Marcus Smart camp, similar to Udoka. I'm not ready to lose faith that it could happen and work out, right? But the competition is way, 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 way closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought Marcus Smart was going to seamlessly be this team's point guard. Schroeder's making a competitive offer. Does that make sense? So to answer your question, because you did super chat, I don't want to be on the fence here. I'm riding with Smart for at least the rest, I guess like the first month of the season, okay? So mid-November, we'll check in, and it could be totally different. And who knows? There might have been a change by then too. But guys, I do appreciate that. Brandon especially, I do appreciate that $2. Guys, if you do want to get your comment answered right away, make sure to hit that super chat. It all helps. I truly, like, you guys don't understand how much, one, I do love getting on here and doing it, and we're doing so much with the channel, but to see it sort of pay off in the fact that, you know, I see you guys and you generously donate for the super chat and whatnot, like, it does mean the world. You know what I mean? Like a $2, if anything, it's like I get so excited. So yeah, I truly do appreciate that. Dio, I know you've sent a few tonight, so big shouts to you. And then Brandon, 100%, like, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Jay Clark, I said we were getting here. So teams lacking intensity and heart. Tatum and Brown are introverted, and it's hard to get the team going intensity-wise. I can't disagree with that, huh? Both of those guys are silent leaders, but they're both your team of the future. Seems like a problem if they're not leading by example. You know what I mean? And we saw Jalen lead by example. Can't rag on him night one. Jason Tatum looked like he was going to lead by example this game. He didn't. He led by example for one quarter. Damn. I know I am behind, but Phil says, cheers, Ev. And so we are, what are we, 5 sips in, 2 down, and we got a half here. Let's see if we can polish this bad boy off and you know, call it 6 sips, 3 beers. No foam left behind, huh? Damn. I'm going to burp again. I can't tell if Pig is trolling me or, you know, or just feeding into it. But you guys know how I said, hey, might as well watch this stream on the newspaper. I don't know if you can call into the stream on the newspaper. All right, we're doing our best to catch up here. I swear to God. The one thing I will say, you guys know I used to have the iPad here scrolling the chat, right? Have a new way now that I kind of do it on screen here. Big brain Ev out here thought this was a great idea, but every time, so before I could scroll on the iPad and keep up with chat where I was at least, right? It wouldn't just scroll on me. Now, whenever a new chat comes in, my entire thing goes down. So I scroll up to try and find where I was, because you guys totally care about that. But hey, that's what we're doing out here. All right, Jay Clark saying Barnes shut Tatum down, and Tatum had the nerve to cry to the refs because he had butterfingers. I have faith in this team, though. I'm in the same boat. Like, I am so in on being mad at this team, but I do still have faith. But I will say, I penciled them in at 2-0 to start this game. Like, 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. Brian saying, y'all got to remember Jalen and Jason are grown men now. We was going to the Eastern Finals. We were babies. So, hey, Brian, what do you mean by that then? What are you getting at? Because it's an interesting comment, but do you mean that they should be back there easily because they were young when we were getting there, or now it's like harder because they have their own opinions and so on and so forth? If you're still in the stream, I want to know what you mean by that, because I think it's an interesting comment, because it's true. So much has changed for Jason Tatum. So much has changed for Jaylen Brown. So, like, where's that go? You know what I mean? Shout out to Eric for subscribing. Marcus saying, we didn't even play Parker. Man, I really feel like you should be in our starting line. Dennis, Brown, Tatum, Parker, Horford, with Williams coming off the bench. Hey, you guys know where I stand on Parker. Like, give him minutes. You struggled to score with your bench unit today, right? You struggled to score with your bench unit. Put in Jabari Parker. Like, why not? And what's annoying is that Aaron Nesmith, Juancho, you know, like these guys, they got garbage time and Jabari still didn't. Jabari Parker must just be slinging it around, because clearly he slept with Brad Stevens' wife, and he didn't want to play him because he was pissed about that. He must have done the same to Udoka, because there's no logical reason why these guys don't just at least get, or this guy doesn't at least get some minutes. You know what I mean? Like, man, how does Jabari Parker, a former number 2 overall pick, and a guy that, I get it, he stinks at defense, but when he comes in, he somehow makes buckets work. We saw it in the preseason. We saw it last year. Give the guy some run. Like, give the guy some run. Seriously. AJ says C's are always play terrible against the average teams and worse teams, and then play great against playoff teams. It's so weird. It's so weird, but I don't want to live there. I want a team that competes every single night. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. MT saying, I thought these guys were going to play harder for a black head coach, but that's none of my business, though. Yeah, I don't know if it's anything to do with that. You know what I mean? Like, I maybe that was the hypothesis. I know Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, both verbally said we can relate to him more, but I don't see any sort of relation here. You know what I mean? Like, Udoka has done what Brad did all year. It's only 2 games, so I don't know. Jay Clark saying, I'd give Emmy 20 games until I make a final judgment. Emmy bench Tatum, which I thought was progress. Brad would have continued to... Okay. I do see the progress there. I can give you that. Let's see. Raisin saying, beginning to look like nothing has changed after all, 100%. Phil saying, Red Sox down 2-0, 7th inning. They're still getting no hit. Jay Clark saying, we should have picked up Isaiah Thomas instead of Dennis. The chemistry, the rest of the... You know what I'll say about this? And I do think Dennis Schroeder can give your team more than Isaiah does. And you guys know, I'm the biggest Isaiah Thomas fan. I don't care what you guys say. But what I will say is that if this team's going to play like we just saw tonight, give me Al Horford back. Give me Isaiah Thomas back. Hell, bring back Jonas Jerebko. Like, at least let me like the team I'm watching. I didn't love anything that we saw tonight. So give me something like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? What a good end to the sentence. AJ says for a newly assembled team, sort of. Definitely a newly assembled team that's going for a crown. Every game needs to be critiqued and looked at closely. That's a good point. Like, we can't overreact to this because we don't want these teams to fall into habits, right? Like, isn't that a logical sort of take? Like, I get it. This is a new team and whatnot, but you have to realize what you're doing in the early stages because you don't want to develop a habit or develop sort of the trench that you're within. 100%. Guys, for those that are still in here, make sure if you want to skip that line, hit that super chat. I know that sounds like a sellout of me, but how can you not sound like a sellout when you're selling out? I just don't get it. Brian says Tatum complains like Harden, but does not get calls like Harden. So whose fault do we think that is? Because I don't like complaining to the refs in the NBA in general, but should Tatum get more calls? I say yes, but drop the complaining. Prince says, this team is about to make me start drinking back again. I quit in 2015. Shout out to you, Prince. And I know you're saying that as a joke, but I give you big props, man. That's 6 years now. Sounds like you've been off the liquor and sober, so do not go back that. If last year's team, Prince, if last year's team didn't turn you to that, I have no question that you'll stay strong this year, 1,000,000%. Big congrats to you, though, there. You hit your 5-year mark, it sounds like last year. Big congrats there. Adam says, I'm not against them. Wow. Wongy, I just called you Adam. Wongy says, I'm not against them individually, but I think Smart and Schroeder as your 2 main point guards may not be it. You know what? I haven't really acknowledged that sort of take on it yet, and it's kind of a good point. I don't mean to say kind of. It is a good point. It's that both of those guys just aren't like true distributing point guards, and those are your 2 guys. And the other guy, you got some hard plastic on his face. Marcus says Marcus can definitely help this team. He needs to do what got him in the league, and that's go back to playing defense. Yeah, I agree. And if you've watched any of the videos on the channel and whatnot, like, I'm there too. Like, I agree with you. You know what I mean? I agree. But for whatever reason, he isn't there. And now we've seen a year and a half, I would say, of him doing that. All right, I'm trying to catch up to the chat here, guys, so that we can stay current here, and so that I don't have to plead for super chats for you guys. So I'm getting here. I'm getting there. If you're still watching, how behind am I in chat minutes-wise? What's the point of me asking that? By the time I get to that chat, I'm going to be so far behind. All right, Moon says, been watching the season since 1996. The past 2 years have been the worst watch since Antoine Pierce era. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer. Just saying, don't be sorry to be a Debbie Downer. Has anyone else watched this stream for the last hour or 15 minutes, whatever we're at? I think it's a Debbie Downer stream. You're good, man. You're good, Moon. Greg says, can we get some Jabari minutes? I know he extended his new do we know the extent? I have no idea what his new contract is. Land saying it's 433. I really want to destroy something. Wangi saying that the very interesting part about this team is that Bradis Jin, if he's seeing the same problems as last season, that may confirm to him that the players are the issue and he may make some trades. That's interesting. Guys, I will say this is so far from it, but like I'm expecting Brad to make some moves at the deadline because he gets trigger happy already. You know what I'm saying? All right, we are skipping ahead here, guys. I skipped ahead because it obviously comes up and Brian says I'm 10 minutes behind. Hey guys, I swear to God I'm doing the best I can. Hopefully you guys know, and I think that's sort of a great thing about, the real ones, like, Brian and all the other names that I recognize in the stream night in and night out. At least you guys know if you throw it in there, there's a good chance I get to it. Might be 10 minutes behind. That's my fault. And the Liquid's fault. But I am trying to get to it. So, guys, I do truly, I am trying to get to all the chat. Brian says, hot take, but Peyton will be better than Smart and Dennis. Honestly, and this isn't even against Smart and Dennis, or I guess I should say, this isn't even to pump too much air into Pritchard's tires here, but with the way things are trending, like, I see more of a natural point guard fit with Pritchard. I do. Levy, I gotta just call you, man. Let me know if it's Levi or Levy. So, says, Juancho didn't see minutes, nor Neesmith. What's up with that? Yeah, I'm still gonna be in the boat. Let's flash up this again, guys. If Grant Williams is gonna get 10 minutes, Juancho should have 70% of Grant's minutes. He didn't tonight. Like Grant played 35 minutes night one or something like that. I want to see Juancho there. I want to see Juancho at a level of where Grant is, because I think that they can do very similar things. And I'm not saying similar things on the court, but in terms of contribution level, like 1,000,000%. Like, I don't get why Grant is just in there. He must just be sucking off the coach or something, because he's always in there. Brandon, another super chat. Shout out to Brandon. He says, love what I'm seeing from Rob. Defensively, is he going to be Defensive Player of the Year? So Robert Williams, 9 points. He had 3 blocks tonight. How about that? Let's see if I can pull that up, guys, because that was... And you guys know the one I'm talking about, where he came out of nowhere, and I think it was it Van Vliet that he blocked out of nowhere? Like, the lane was wide open. Great one. Let's see if I can try and find it just to show it on here. Not looking good. All right, we'll scratch that. Late in the stream. If this is early in the stream, I'd probably do it. But no, I can't find it. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Lane was wide open, and all of a sudden the camera pans. Robert Williams is there. Hand, boom, blocked. Brian saying, I thought Jabari got waived, and then he got re-signed again, which is weird. Brian says, to answer will be better now with Robert Williams taking a leap. Love the show. Shout out to you, Brian. Thank you very much. Greg says, then Cantor finally plays and can't catch a rebound. It was true. Isn't that funny that I was like, oh, he's going to play, and then he just didn't do anything. Sports saying, hey, Sports Shy checking in, saying something's wrong with the core of the players. Guys trying too much. I don't know if they're trying enough, but something is definitely going to be wrong. Brandon is saying that he's, there you go. Look at that. There's a applicable reason as to why the super chat can get you somewhere, right? So Brandon, chat's the Defensive Player of the Year thing for Rob, right? Which I will get back to that because I realized I didn't even answer it. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, I'm seeing the natural comment. So there's the benefit. But Robert Williams, Defensive Player of the Year. I wish I could say yes. But I don't know. If he stays healthy, I'm not putting anything past him, right? But I don't know. It's interesting because now I'm playing it up in my mind, Brandon, of okay, well, picture healthy Robert Williams. There's no reason why he can't have defensive stats like Rudy Gobert, which, damn. I'll say this. If Robert Williams stays healthy, then he's going to be in that conversation just because of the hard-on that, people get with the NBA awards with block shots and altered shots and stuff like that. Robert Williams is so good at that. Like, Robert Williams, 3 blocks tonight. One of those, at least, was on a jump shot from 3 on Van Fleet, too, on the wing, right? Damn. Brian saying, pick Tatum in fantasy, pure regrets. He'll pay off. Deshaun saying, I guess the first 2 decades of the 2000s were sweet to Boston sports. We're so probably due for at least a decade of sorrow. Yeah, guys, me too. Like, I'm late 20s out here. I haven't lived through the pain other than the Celtics, really. And you could say the Red Sox, I guess, but Patriots, haven't seen that. I'm not the biggest hockey fan. Like, I follow the Bruins and whatnot, but seeing all these teams kind of stink at once, it's like, whoa, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's crazy. Matt saying hello. Nate saying, from a Raptors fan standpoint, what is your opinion on the Raptors' new player, Scottie Barnes? Hopefully the Celtics get their stuff together. You Raptors fans tuning in have been ridiculously nice tonight. Like, wow, shout out to the Raptors. Scottie Barnes. I didn't know much about him, but I will say this. The guy has kind of, I guess, hit on everything I've seen from him. Like, especially, I'm not going to lie and be like, I've watched so much Scottie Barnes outside of when the Celtics have played him. But it looks like, and I didn't see too much, maybe I'm missing this, but when drafted, I didn't see too much backlash of like, oh, what a bad pick, top 5 pick, right? Like, I think that people thought that this was a good pick. I'd want Scottie Barnes on the Celtics right now based on how he's playing. Like, how tall? He's 6'9", 6'10", something like that, and he can move. Like, honest opinion on him, Nate, I like the kid. I will say, preseason and 2 games in, a lot can change, and I don't know what he did night 1. I didn't watch you guys night 1, but I really like him. I do. And it's hard for me to say I don't like him after he just rips up the Celtics, right? Guys, if you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, yeah. It's my pitch to you guys. You guys, so the OGs know this too. You wait it out, you stay in the chat, and then all of a sudden it gets, the viewership dips, and it's more of a conversation and whatnot, and the behind-the-scenes stuff, right? Matt saying, what is up? Hello, what up, Mads? Brian saying, Rob might win most improved. Remember, this is the same guy that almost has the most blocks in a playoff game. 9 blocks last year. Crazy. Wait, hold on. What do we got here? Because I see Raisin saying, I hate that you put this in my head to Deshaun. What's Deshaun say? I forget. I guess the first 2 decades of Boston were, oh my God. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Raisin saying Tom Brady comes in, Boston becomes title town, Tom Brady leaves, and Boston falls apart. Yeah, no coincidence. No coincidence. For the people in here too, and I doubt, it's everyone, because I know the Celtics have fans, but like, if you are a Patriots fan, do you still root for Tom Brady? I still do. Perfect. This is what I needed, Levi. He says it's Levi as in Levi jeans. So I think that I said that first, but then wasn't sure. So I got you, Levi. Shout out to you. Wong, he's saying, I think the Jays and Smart's defense have dropped off the last year or 2. I think that what it comes down to be honest, Wongy, I think it's like an effort thing though. Like, well, Jason Tatum, I do think, has gotten better at defense, but consistent defense, that's where I don't know, right? But Marcus Smart, Jay, like, it's the intensity there. And if you don't put intensity with defense right away, it's like, those are 2, you can't be a great defender without intensity, you know what I mean? And the intensity of this team through last year and 2 games now, it doesn't match what it should be. Len saying it's just pain. Greg says, I played Jaylen Brown in DraftKings. What a big mistake. Damn. That is a guy that I look at and I go, oops, that is not a good play tonight. Jaylen Brown. He dropped 46 night 1. He had 9 points tonight. He was 3 of 13, 0 of 7 from 3. Not the best from him. But see, I don't want to get mad at Jaylen Brown for this game because, yeah, he would have helped. No kidding. But don't you think he goes out night 1? If there's anyone that I would agree with Udoka being like it could be a tired thing. I don't need Jaylen Brown to step up in game 2. He should because he's one of your stars. But it's like, I'm not blaming Jaylen Brown for this. How about one of the other guys? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Jason Tatum, calling Jason Tatum. How about someone else steps up? Because Jaylen Brown put you in that game night one. You know what I mean? Raisin saying I support Tom Brady, still cheer for him unless he's playing the Patriots. Yeah, good game against those two, though. Let's see. Land saying I missed that victory sound. Seriously. And I'm drinking, Miller Lights, Yinglings out here, post games and whatnot. Guys, by the way, we're after this one beer, we are closing down the stream. So get your comments in now, right? Shout out to you guys, though. What a great stream. We haven't played the victory music. We have so many new subscribers and new viewers from last year. They don't know the victory music. They don't know how electric the intro of the show can be. Come on. It's crazy. Like the victory sound. Should I play it right now? Not a chance, by the way. It's like I think that's such a great victory sort of celebration that we have, and we haven't even played it this year. And why I brought up why I'm drinking the light beer and stuff. I got a 4-pack of Boom Sauce. If you guys know Lord Hobo Brewing here in Massachusetts, it's my favorite IPA, and I'm waiting to whip out the Boom Sauce and celebrate a win. We're not even close to that yet. All right, let's see. Levy, right? I'm just kidding. Levi says, it's been a heartbreaker, but I love my Celtics either way. 100%. I'm in that boat. I hope they get their stuff together and we can be dangerously good if we can become together as a unit. Yeah, I mean, I'm in that boat too. 100%. 100%. Greg saying, obviously I love Brady. Still, the Patriots didn't want to pay him. Took the pay cuts every year, and then he left and showed he is the GOAT by winning a Super Bowl. And then now look at Bill too, right? Now look at what Bill's doing. Like, Bill's on the hot seat now, which is crazy. Crazy to even say that. AJ saying players may be good at defense one-on-one, but their team defense as a unit is a problem. And you know what, AJ? That kind of sparks a little rant for me, and I'm not going to do... We're jumping off the stream pretty soon after this one beer, and we have a full beer, so we have a little bit of time. But you're right, because that's sort of the team chemistry that will build, right? They got Josh Richardson, Schroeder, Marcus Smart got his bag. I expect him to play better defense. Juancho Hernangomez doesn't play, but, I like his length and whatnot. But forget it. Focus on Richardson and Schroeder, and then even Al Horford, too. These guys are very good individual defenders per their position. Maybe it's going to take a little bit of time before they know how to play off of each other, I guess. I don't know. But I think that sparks a little bit of a debate. Not a debate. A good talking point, because you get Josh Richardson. Great defender, right? Well, can he play Celtics team defense? That's the question. Joe is saying, because you changed the coach, that's the reason for the loss. I guess you're a Brad guy then, huh, Joe? Must be. Lan saying, man, never drunk something, but I'm closer than ever. No. You guys see me on here drinking and whatnot. If you haven't ever, or, shout out to the Prince saying that he's like 6 years sober with it too. Guys, don't let the game be the reason you turn to the alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, when I make the joke in the jab that, bad loss, gotta have one of these, it's because I'm already gonna have one of these. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun saying Jason Tatum looks so uncoordinated when he's driving. Do you guys think, and I hope this isn't the case, but do you think there's any sort of validity to Jason Tatum got bigger, stronger, bulkier, and now all of a sudden it's gonna throw off his whole game because he doesn't know how to play with that? Because on the pregame show, I've heard Tim say that. And guys, if you're not watching the pregame show, that's a great show as well. And they've definitely taken a leap from last year in terms of involving the chat and whatnot. So make sure you're tuning into the channel before the games as well. There's one of my last burps. But I heard him say it, and it wasn't his original thought, but he's bringing it to the crowd. And he said, Jason Tatum gets bigger, stronger, bulkier. We notice that. That's like, oh, look at how big and strong he is. How long do we think that could take for him to kind of vibe it out and feel how well he can shoot and move the ball? Like, if he gained, I don't know what the weight difference is, but if he gained a bunch of weight, that's going to be a difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a difference, 100%. Lan is saying I sent my girlfriend 3 voice messages where I said how much I hate the Celtics at 5. Yeah, I mean... crazy. And Len, you're in Germany, right? If I remember that correctly. So crazy crazy. Man, the Celtics must be frustrating too, because you have to dictate the time difference for the Celtics. You know what I mean? Raisin said, when was this? Last time the Celtics went 0-2, they followed it up with a 16-game win streak. Hey, I'm in on that, Raisin. And let me know if I'm not saying Raisin correctly. Let me know if you need me to fix that pronunciation 100%. Let me know. Just like Levi, we ironed that out. Raisin, if I'm saying that correctly, let me know. If I'm saying it incorrectly, spell it out for me. I'm a dummy. But yeah, when was that? I do remember it. Like, I remember it. I just can't. 2017-18. Okay. 2017-18. The first Kyrie season. Okay. Would this be a good time for me to be like, hey, guys, if you want to skip the chat line, make sure to super chat? No, we're up to date on chat now. Shout out to the real ones for sticking it out. Wongy's saying, not saying the players are selfish, but it always seems more about individual success with this team than a team. Even thinking as a Celtics fan, JB is going up another level. Yeah. I mean, you know what sucks? And I don't know if this, I guess it does. What I don't like about the Celtics team is, as a viewer, and you guys are in the same boat, I assume, you can just know when a guy's about to shoot. You know what I mean? Like, so imagine being in the game, being a Raptors player, being a Knicks player night one, being like, okay, if I know this dude's about to shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching on the TV. I see Jason Tatum hesitating. Jaylen Brown hesitating. They're about to shoot. Greg's skipping the chat line. He says, I got you, bro, with the 199. I will take a big time chug to that. Greg, one of the absolute true OGs, and he knows that as well. But you guys get what I mean there? Like, knowing that this team's about to shoot? You guys feel that too? Or do you guys see that, I guess I should say? Scal saying, watching you from Haiti. Wow, shout out to you, Scal in Haiti. Go Celtics. Marcus needs to come off the bench. Brown keeps improving. That's great. Tatum looks rusty out there. Yeah. We gotta make some things click, because that's where we gotta go. We have to make some things click. Here we go, Deshaun. Hey guys, shout out to you guys. Seriously, shout out to you, Deshaun. 45. I see, this is where I don't get it. When I'm like, oh, I'll take a chug for a super chat. I don't know if you guys are just supporting or just trying to get me drunk. No, seriously, in all seriousness, shout out to you, Deshaun, one of the OGs as well, one of the real ones. All right. Where'd I lose my place here? All right. You guys are saying that first Kyrie year. Javid saying really nostalgic year. How'd that year end? That was like the making of Jason Tatum. Weird, huh? Weird. Steven saying Tatum obsessed with being cool. So this is okay. Wow. The way I was gonna go in this, because you guys know I can't talk about my buddy without talking to shit about him. But isn't it weird that if I were to group two guys into they think they're cooler than they are, it's Tatum and Grant Williams. Both those guys talk to the refs like it's their day job. Isn't that weird? Grant Williams gives me serious I'm cooler and I'm better than I am vibes. Levi says, I've been noticing. No, it's Levy, right? Got you again. I'm such a loser. I am such a loser. Levi says, I've been noticing there's been a selfish plays, including Tatum, when happening to moving the ball around. Takes team effort, not individual. Yeah, like, and Tatum's a guy that can prosper if he cuts to the hoop or first quarter, right? There's one where he moved without the ball and had an open three. Like, it's so possible. Like, it's there. It's possible to get Tatum involved without him having the ball in his hands, but he really, truly believes he's a ISO ball player. I know. Lan saying, Lan. I'm never going to be able to not call you Lan, but is it Lan? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Again, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to change it. After a couple of years now, you might be stuck with your name, but let me know. saying watched with a couple friends, was so embarrassed. Brian saying J. Rich, Langford, Neesmith, Al, a second first for Wall and Wood. I would take Chris. Oh my goodness, guys. Watch the video we have on the channel about John Wall, because that was the trade package, right? So I would take Christian Wood. In fact, if you guys aren't following my NBA picks, I don't know for sure, but I think we had a pretty good night tonight. The Celtics killed one of our parlays, but yeah, guys, I'm posting daily NBA picks on the channel, and we're actually off to a hot start. Christian Wood over his points, rebounds, and assists tonight. He had it locked up in like the beginning of the third. So make sure you're following those, and let me know if you guys are enjoying those. But I would do that in a heartbeat. I think, honestly, just for like Wood, John Wall is a consolation prize. You do know the answer, Wongy. Wongy says, I think I know the answer, but would you take Rozier back? How many zeros? 1 googillion% I would take Rozier back. 100%. I just got myself in a mousetrap. I said 1 googillion% and then said 100% next. I would, though. I would 100%. Nate says, all right, this is, and I want to answer this because it's a decent question. And Nate says, shout out again to a Raptors fan. What's your opinion on the Nets not letting Kyrie play or practice with the team for refusing to take the vaccine? So if you guys know me, and I've said it on the channel before, like I am the least political person in the world. So any sort of political connection to this, it's not even a matter of I just don't like, it's not even a matter of not caring, because even not caring or being ignorant about something could cause problems. Like genuinely, I do not know enough about to have an opinion that someone should put this weight into. Does that make sense? Like it's not a matter of, I don't even care, I'll do what you want. It's more of a like, I shouldn't say to people watching or, in the chat or anything like that, anything that's like directive at all, because I don't have any sort of facts. But I got the vaccine. I also had COVID, so it's not like I thought, I got COVID, I don't need it. So that's where I am on like getting it. But if we're gonna keep it to basketball, I would say this. I shouldn't say I like, but I don't think the Nets are wrong for keeping him out if they tell him that. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least now all the cards are on the table, and Kyrie can still, at the end of the day, which is what I will respect, everyone, no matter if you're in America or, hell, if you're in Germany, like a human can make their own decisions, right? And especially a big boy like Kyrie Irving. So whatever he wants to decide, I will respect the fact that if New York's going to say their guidelines, or the Nets or the NBA, anything like that is going to say, hey, if you don't play, you won't get paid, anything like that. If all the information's on the table, then that's where I come to the idea of, okay, well, then now Kyrie can still make a choice. You know what I mean? Like, Kyrie can still make a choice. And what's funny is that we tie it to the vaccine with Kyrie. Ben Simmons is in a similar situation, and it's not political. It's not vaccination. It's a Kyrie versus team, Ben Simmons versus team sort of dilemma, and that's where I want to keep it in my mind. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, I don't have the knowledge or anything like that to truly give my opinion or even tell you guys, I think that I'm right, like, about any sort of vaccination talk. I got the vaccine. That's where I am. Like, but I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to sway anyone, but if all the information's on the table and Kyrie can then make his own personal choice, then I have no problem with the Nets holding him out, because they're almost letting him know that. You know what I mean? I hope that didn't bore you guys. And truly, you guys got to understand, because I know when I said that on the podcast, we got a bunch of comments, a bunch of dislikes on the podcast. Like, it's not me. Like, I can't hold my own in that type of conversation, because I like sports. I like, making people laugh. I like being friends. Like, it's not a political, I don't view anything politically. Lance saying I pronounced it right. Raisin saying I got it close enough. Steven saying run the weave to get the ball moving. Brian saying I feel like Tatum wants to be Harden. Hey, if Tatum can go and win an MVP, average a bunch of assists, then hey, shout out to him. But I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. Kian saying, shout out to Tatum for giving me 20 fantasy points. Levi saying, ain't gonna complain. That was a nickname for high school. All good. Steve saying, Rozier over. I liked Rozier when it was a shtick to like Rozier. You guys know KJ. He's on the site. He does the Patriots post-game shows. He also fills in for me on this show when I'm not around. He can back it up that even before Rozier was good, like when Rozier got drafted out of the clouds, I was like, you know what? I'm going to back this guy. I like this guy. He turns out to be really good. Brian says, you should do a 2K Celtics rebuild. I should do more 2K content, huh? I could stream it too. I definitely should. Is that something that you guys are interested in though? Like and we're guys, I'm not sleeping. Like, we are grinding. We have the post-game shows. We get the podcast. I'm doing daily NBA picks that, like, we're averaging, like, 65% on the season. I'm making you guys money. Like, I'm grinding here. And I can't even say that, like, oh, like, notice it. No, the subscribers are growing. The likes are growing. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support on the channel. We are grinding, and it's so fun, too. So is that something else you want to see? Because I'm always for you guys. If you want to see more or see a certain type of video, like Brian saying a 2K rebuild, I'm in. I could do it. Levi says, I'll never forget that moment with Bledsoe. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing, sort of. And then he wears the Bledsoe jersey. Like, oh man, what amazing. That was so awesome. Wongi says, do you see Embiid said to the fans? No, I didn't say. I did not see that. Wongi, let me know what Embiid said, or anyone. Let me know what Embiid said to the fans before the game. Brian says, hot take, but Tatum will be better than Paul Pierce when it's all said and done. I think that's a fair take. I think Jason Tatum's genuinely more talented than Paul Pierce, but Paul Pierce had something in his eyes. Paul Pierce had something in his eyes. Jason Tatum, I want to see that. You know what I mean? I want to see that a little bit more. Levi saying, heck yeah, I'm planning on getting... See, okay, so maybe I will do some 2K content. Samson saying, Raptor played a good game. Give them the credit. I have given the Raptors the credit tonight. Seriously. And if you're a Raptors fan, like, I think Raptors fans have tuned in and been totally nice about it and everything. I've given Raptors fans the credit. But even as a Raptors fan, Nate, I know you're still in here too. You gotta agree, the Raptors won that game just as much as the Celtics lost it, though, right? Like, the Celtics just shit on their foot and said that it was dirt. I give credit to the Raptors, but I give like, you know what I mean? And I'm not taking away from the Raptors saying that the Celtics lost it just as much as the Raptors won it. I think that's a totally fair statement. Nate's saying Raptors fan, but likes Marcus, or like the Celtics, but Marcus Smart can kind of be a frustrating player. Oh man, welcome to watching him every night, Nate. Seriously, you're 100% spot on. Wongi said, he said Simmons is still our brother. And he kind of, Tobias Harris clapped back too. He did. He when Shams Sharnek, whatever his name is, Shams on Twitter said something, Tobias Harris responded to him. So it's weird to me because you know what it is? And again, this is not to bring Kyrie back up for the current reasons, but when you think about the Celtics issues with Kyrie, all the players still love Kyrie. So weird. So weird. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie was hated by fans, and the players still love him. Ben Simmons, the public hates Ben Simmons right now. The players like, that's our brother. It's so weird. So weird. Nate's agreeing. So yeah, I'm giving Toronto credit. You know what I mean? Like, especially bouncing back from scoring, 90. I don't even remember what you guys scored opening night. Like, I give that credit. But from a Celtic standpoint, and when people do chime in from like Toronto, like any opposing team, you do have to understand too. Like, I'm looking at it from a Celtic standpoint. You know what I mean? So I never like the comment of, oh, you got to give the other team credit. Like, kidding. Like, if I was not giving the other team credit, I'd come on here and be like, the refs did it or something like that. No. 4th overall pick paying off. Like guys look good. You know what I mean? Abba's saying Celtics were playing crap. Your point is valid. Another Raptors fan here. Love to Boston from Toronto. What is this? Raptors fans are guys, the opposing team fans that usually check into the chat are dinks. Raptors fans, I might love the Raptors now. You're not my first favorite team, but guys, Raptors fans are awesome. You guys are great. Shout out to you guys. AC saying beat Houston on Sunday and we're back. I'm saying thoughts on Scottie Barnes. I'm sold. Like, not sold in terms of superstardom future, but a couple games in, like, I'm not far from that. You know what I mean? Like, and again, this is coming from someone that has only really watched him against the Celtics. So take that for what it's worth. Only a few more comments, guys. I'm going to jump off the stream pretty soon. Appreciate all the super chats and everything tonight. Make sure if you're new, subscribe. But Brian says, might have to hire Bill Russell as our coach. Levi says, much respect for the Raptors. Thank you for not trash talking and mad respect. You know what? That's the comment we're going to end on, because that's right, Levi. Like, this is like when we have opposing fans check in, usually it's like, oh, like, yeah, suck on that. It's like, okay, like, you won. You get to say that. How can I combat that? But Raptors fans kind of acknowledging, like, hey, you know what? We beat you, and we know we beat you by a lot. Don't think I don't know that Nate and Abbas and all the other Raptors fans that tuned in tonight aren't kind of like, hey, we still know that we kicked your ass. I know that you guys know that, but guess what? Celtics fans know it too. So you don't need to say that. You know what I mean? That's where the respect comes from. So shout out to you Raptors fans tuning in. And hopefully you guys respect this next comment, but bigger shout out to the Celtics fans for tuning in just because it's a Celtics show. I'm not just kidding, but seriously, all respect to everyone tuning in. Thank you so much for the super chats tonight. Thank you for the subscriptions and the likes. And we'll catch you guys in the next stream, guys. Hopefully the Celtics turn it around. And I will say, shout out to the Raps. Best of luck this season. Scottie Barnes looking pretty damn filthy, and I love OG. Like, get that guy in the Celtics. It's never gonna happen, but get OG on. I love OG. So we'll talk to you guys in the next stream. But shout out to the Celtics and the Raps, because you guys were very, very, very respective tonight. But we'll catch you guys in the next stream.